Thank you for joining me for this episode of Play With It. This is Cass Allen. We're still in our dating theme for the season, and we're talking about people who just might need some booty. Um, Not of you out there dating. Some of you're having a hard time finding a match. You're frustrated, and you got some things going on. Um, Some of you might need to stop looking for dates and just get fucked. Real talk. Um, we breaking this episode into male and female behaviors, masturbation, and sex toys. Obviously, there's a difference in some cases. Some things, like I said, I'm not a master here. I'm not a genius when it comes to any of this. I'm just having fun. When you have time, think about things. It's no harm in bringing them to y'all. Let y'all think about it too. Tell me what you think even. We're gonna start with the ladies here. We're gonna kick it off talking about the behaviors of some. And if the shit doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. There's no need to get an attitude. There's no need to write in the comments, Cass don't know what the fuck she talking about because it doesn't apply to you. Like I said, things that I talk about things that I experience or someone around me hasn't experienced, things I normally see with my own eyes or I hear shit with my own ears. Well, I'll let you know, this is a story I heard somewhere. I'm trying to tell people's business, as I used to say on other podcasts I've had. Normally if I got a name, I don't have a story. If I got a story, I don't have a name, you know. But I'll tell my own, I'm okay with doing that. And in many cases, that's what makes us human. That's what connects us all. Being able to be humble and say, me too, I'm guilty of that too. I struggle with that too. That's why I said I'm not an expert on shit. And even experts fail. You have people out here who be telling you how to lose weight and they be 600 pounds. People out here that are recommending plans for you for your teeth and they got like four teeth hanging in their mouth, but they got the degrees, they got the education, So that's why I say I don't have any of that shit when it comes to these categories outside of a PhD in my own life, my own experiences. So, like I said, let's have some fun with it because that's all it's about. And if not fun, introspection, hopefully both. You know, let's get back to the behavior of those women. And I say those women, and I'm gonna say those men, not because I'm neither or. It's because I'm just simply grouping things and having fun with categories. That's it. So don't read too much into me and all the bullshit that's going on in here. It's just like I said, a place to vent, have fun, and think about some things. So let's get back to popping and talking about those ladies and certain behaviors that you see. I've personally been places where women be like, they ain't had none in a minute. Men and women, but we're talking about women. Women ain't had none in a minute, whatever that minute means. To some people, a minute is a month, to some 6, some a year. That's your minute. I'm not here to talk about how long, even though I might slide some stuff in my humor. Your minute's yours. So, I know people that, they ain't had none in a minute. And even if they don't talk about it, excuse me, they show the signs and things they say or do. You know, um, I've been in houses where, people are like, you can, hang out if you want to. If you, I used to do a lot of remote work, so I could go where I want and visit my friends anytime I wanted, as long as I have my laptops with me. So that person, come see me, come see me. And you get there and they would say things like, I just have one rule. And I'll be like, what's up, baby? No sex in my house. And I'm thinking, first of all, in my head, I don't want to fuck in your house. Like, I'm of age where I can get a hotel or I can take my pussy anywhere she wants to be dragged, to keep it real. To me, that's a sign that you're not having sex in your own home and you don't want anybody else to have any. And before they even say that, which they always do, that's what it be about. Why do you want to cock and pussy block everybody else from enjoying something? The moment you get it again, you gonna funk this house the fuck up that in a way that the rest of us are gonna be uncomfortable visiting you because your house gonna smell like monkey ass all the time because you ain't had it for a long time. Now all of a sudden it's okay to fuck in your house. Fuck to the point where nobody even want to come see you because your house smell like fucking genitals. But until you know, maybe you should let people fuck in your house because maybe it would actually be like a fuck dance, like a rain dance. If you let other people get some in your house, maybe it'll manifest that energy for you instead of trying to upset everybody else. Because the minute you can fuck in your own house and the minute that your genitals start exploding with some shit in your own house, what y'all tell people when they come over? Oh, this room is for you and your friend, do whatever y'all want to do. Giving you all kinds of winks and shit. Make yourself at home. Here's some other wink wink sheets. Excuse me. Here's some wink wink. Here's some more towels for you. Here's some wink wink soap and some wink wink lube and KY jelly and condoms and this and that. Be careful, girl, because you getting laid. Like, that's some serious shit people do that entertains the shit out of me. That shows that you ain't getting nothing. And I admit it, y'all don't have to, but I seen y'all in action. When you ain't getting nothing, you got time to notice every fucking thing around you. You got time to be aggravated by every fucking thing you see. Cause you just sitting up all bitter. Excuse me. You cause you just sitting up all bitter or either upset about what's not happening in your life and you observing every little motion around you. Every little fucking motion. You be sitting facing the way I'm facing, the TV on the side of you. You see everything going on that TV because your life is like at a fucking standstill to the point where your eyes have turned into kaleidoscopes because they don't have nothing else to fucking do. Because you're not out there getting what you need, if you know what I'm saying, you know. And when you are outside, you're looking at everybody like a damn sex object, even though you're not showing it in your face. If you're doing your grocery shopping, you're running your errands, you're doing your thing, but in your head, you're like, oh my God, I could suck that dick. Oh my God, look at her titties. Wouldn't I love to fucking throw her on the fucking bed and you just all up in your head. Everything just looks exotic. That's an ugly motherfucker, but those balls are huge. All kinds of shit. Oh my God, look at that fucking lady. She got to be 100, but my God, look at that ass. You know what I'm saying? When you doing shit like that, I think it's time to get some. It's time to go get some booty. Because everything looks good to you, but on the outside, you acting like you don't need shit. You saying shit like, child, please, all dick is the same. I done had dick in all sizes. I done sucked every ball, but inside you like, oh my God, I don't give a fuck if he only got one ball. I need one in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Keep that shit real. Tell your friends how you really feel. Because Unidick might be right around the corner. Uniball dick. Keep that shit real. Don't act like you too good to have those opportunities that might be right there in your face. Tell your friends, I'm having a hard time dating, but I want to fuck. One of them be like, girl, Henry and 5J, that nigga he is dripping. She'll tell you everything you need to know about him. His breath stink, but he sure can cook. He sure can fuck. Yeah, I ain't slept with him, but I hear all those ladies up in there crying and calling his name, and I see blind. They'll let you know where the dick is and where the dick is good. So there's no reason to be walking around going, I don't need no you know? And why you waiting for that if you into masturbating and toys, just ladies, let me just come right out and say this. Ever since Asian people have made these devices that basically are like can control your vagina, y'all have gone so far abusing these toys to the point where half of y'all are going, I don't need nobody. You're not saying it from an emotional standpoint. You're saying this because you're having these orgasms that are off the fucking planet like you've never experienced with humans. And you're like, fuck them. I don't need headaches because I'm not getting this there. And you've become like isolated with these devices that you be laying on yourself for hours. Like, there's nothing out there that's recommended that you use for hours. You feel me? No, no machines, none. Exercise machines, nothing. But you spend 6 hours having orgasms nonstop, pretty much. You stop and go pee. You stop and get some candy. You stop and turn the TV up louder. You stop and put more batteries in, but you're not really taking like real breaks. You just stopping to charge this motherfucker pretty much and sustain your health so you can keep fucking yourself all night with these devices. Like, I've heard stories. I see the batteries, like hundreds of dollars of batteries stored in a drawer just for a month because you fucking yourself so much. Chargers, drawers and drawers full of the same fucking device because you making sure that you have backup upon backup. That is an addiction, ladies, my sweet darlings. In case you didn't know. Some of you got it so bad that you can't even come anymore down there because you have vibrated your pussy to a near death state. It's in a coma, a vibration coma, where no living people have been in a while. So it no longer understands socialization. It's been in a state of isolation with robots. Just robots playing with it for hours all day. No longer understanding human touch. So when a human comes at it, it kind of like runs in the corner like a little monster and pushes it away like, you did motherfucker don't do nothing. It's like, just leave me alone. Where's my little fucking robot? And that's his name, the fucking robot, because that's what it does for you. Fuck you all day, all fucking night. No complaints, just need batteries. You feel me? Some of you fuck your pussy so much that you don't even want to fuck it anymore. You're just bored. You sitting there with the vibrator on your pussy with a bag of potato chips in the other hand watching TV. You bored your damn self. The thing just laying to the side, barely touching your clit. You got it on a belt. You got tied around your waist, hanging on, dangling by your pussy. You don't even remember the damn things there half the time. That's how much you've been fucking yourself. And I say to all of you who are under all these behaviors, whatever the percentage, it might be 1, 8. I don't fucking know, but I know y'all are out there because I've met some of you. Maybe you just need to fuck. If you're having a hard time dating, like if it's hard for people to get along with you, if people find you to be just disconnected, there are a lot of ways to just get some pussy or some monkey ass or some dick, whatever your flavor. Go online. There are groups, you know, justwannafuck.com. Somebody has to have that. They have to. Give me some dick.com. It's got to be out there. You ain't got to buy the cow.net. Somebody's got it. I'm a motherfucker, but I need sex.org. Surely there's an organization out there, a nonprofit scholar in these areas of neuroscience and sexual behaviors who understand the correlation between the two as it applies to mental health and sexual favor. So don't tell me there are no possibilities for us. And now that you have AI, basically just provide a profile of what's going on with you. For example, I've been out every weekend for the last year. Every time I approach somebody, it doesn't go well. I offer drinks, I've said things that have got me slapped in the face. Management has complained about me. I'm really horny. What do you recommend I do in order to have live intercourse with XYZ? And then you get tips back. Thank you for asking this question. You'll get a list from AI that tells you, things that you need to consider. Being more upfront and joining some of these organizations that I've mentioned, and taking yourself on a journey of finding places where you can satisfy these behaviors, ladies. Y'all like a horny. Some of y'all act like y'all don't want sex. The more horny you are, the more you act like you're not, because you're so embarrassed to let people know that you even think about sex because you don't want anybody thinking you're a whore. We understand you're just horny. We also understand that horny starts with whore. So that's something you got to work out in your own head and so far as how you feel because they're not spelled the same. Get it out of your head. You're not a whore. It's not WHORNY. Free yourself. You're horny. You need to fucking get laid, whatever your flavor is, whatever you need. Some of y'all need both. Some of y'all bisexual. You need vagina and penis. I mean, get what you gotta get. And like I promised, I try to be fair. So we're gonna shift to the men. Men, when y'all are horny, on the other hand, every woman on the planet is aware. And every woman on the planet is usually potential. And if not 100%, 99.9.9. Y'all be looking at women walking by that just ain't right for you and conjuring up ways in your head to make it right for you. Well, I really think she's very, very ugly. But I'm pretty sure she'll be open to put a bag over her head when she sees my dick. Shit like that. Y'all just start hallucinating. Well, I know that's my boss. But if she passed by my desk and see my dick, everything is always, but if she sees my dick, you know, like you think they all just as horny as you. If she sees my dick, make her as horny as me. We're not gonna go down that lane and do the judgment. We too old for this. Y'all know what you got in your pants. Y'all just gotta be honest with yourselves. Are you packing what you think you're packing? Are you packing what she thinks you're packing? What did you tell her? What did you show her? What can I do with this? Let's reach out to people that have some experience. You know what kind of experience you had. You know if you can fuck it, if you can't. Having sex is not the same as fucking, and you know I'm telling the truth here. Everybody can have sex. Ding dong can spread all kinds of spume. The vagina can run all kinds of juices. But can you fuck? You know? If you're not coming with that, sometimes you're just not going to have a chance. So, like I said to the women, I'm telling the men, sometimes there just might not be a place for you. Because if women start a reputation about you can't fuck, and don't let there be more than one that says it. That shit is basically like hitting a bell in a fucking boxing match. Ding, this fight is over. This is a knockout. They got you on a list that you can't get off the fucking floor from. Like, man, can't fuck. And sometimes that's the only reason why you ain't getting a date. Because you can't fuck. So you got to search in yourself. When I'm humping her, what is she doing? Is she looking at me? Is she holding me? Is she just laying there? Does she look like she's wincing or in joy? Is she calling my name? Is she just quiet with her eyes closed with little slight tears in the corner of her eye? Is she holding my waist, pushing me up, or is she holding my waist, pushing me down? Are her legs wrapped around my back? Or her knees knocked somewhere in my pelvis trying to hold me up in the air to get the fuck off her. I understand y'all get so wrapped up in that pussy that y'all don't pay attention, but I need y'all to pay a little more attention if some of y'all want more dates and experiences, you know. Women know what you want too, especially you suddenly when y'all horny, y'all nice to every motherfucking woman. It don't matter what her age. Y'all will come to a house and deliver groceries to an 80-year-old woman and look around her house to see if anybody else is there and then get hard and hope she see it. And y'all will fuck her real fast before you go back on your route. Don't lie to me. Y'all can say what the fuck y'all want to these other people out here who gonna believe what you say. Or the opposite, walking around going, yo, fuck her. And your nuts are like as big as a fucking orange, because you need to squirt them shits. Keep it real with your friends. Try not to make her too ugly. I just need some pussy. Tell them, I know I ain't going past the 6 tonight, nigga, because I ain't drinking. Let them know. Well, if you can't find me nobody tonight, we gonna do this on the weekend. I'll go down to a 4. Keep that shit real. Make it interesting for everybody involved in the room, and make it a little more comfortable by being a little more open about what you're looking for and what you're interested in. You know, that would make things a little better for everybody involved. But like I said, I come with stories. I come stories with people who will fuck you, men will fuck you and deny you in a minute. That at the same time that they're doing that, they will let everybody know that their dick is free. Horny as a motherfucker. Yo, you think me and you can throw down? She be like, I don't know. Cause you fuck my friend Kathy. Yo, I ain't fuck Kathy, I swear. I ain't fuck that bitch, that ugly bitch. Fuck her. What she tell you, that bitch? That bitch is, and you mad now, the bitch, that bitch. What you really saying is, yeah, I did it, and I can't believe that bitch told you. That's what you You really saying here, I ain't fuck Kathy. I ain't fuck Kathy for her to tell you that I fucked her. That's what you really saying. Finish the sentence. There's more to this. You done told everybody your dick is free, but it's not free for Kathy? Come on now, don't play with us. You know you fuck Kathy. Kathy had a baby 9 months later and got red hair just like you. You know what I'm saying? Kangaroo ears just like you, a cleft in his chin just like you, green eyes just like you, black skin just like you. This baby is definitely yarn because your dick was free. Y'all do that same shit. Women are a little different. They act like they don't need the dick. Men act like they didn't fuck the pussy. I know y'all hear the difference. Women don't need it. Men claim they didn't do it. We all heard it wasn't me when we were growing up that can relate to a certain age. It wasn't me. I ain't do nothing. I don't even know that bitch. No, you don't fucking know her. That's the problem. You don't know that bitch and you stuck your dick in her and now you nasty because you didn't use a condom because you got a baby that looked just like you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't fucked that bitch. Fuck her. Fuck Sally. Yeah, you did fuck Sally. That's the problem. You fucked Sally. That's why she got a kid. Y'all know where I'm going. Y'all can say it for me. That look just like you. So to wrap this up, there's a lot going on out there that could put you in situations where you don't even realize that all you really need is to just get laid. There's safe ways to get laid. There are community groups. Let me tell you, I went to Florida on an excursion for a few months, maybe 3 or 4 times in my life. It's like I said, I was doing remote work, and what better place to be sometimes of the year? And I ended up hanging out with a group of seniors, and all they did was fuck. That's all they wanted to do. They're like, we don't, if something turns into a relationship, and there's definitely something none of them seem to be looking for except maybe 2%, fine. But otherwise, we just want to play with our sex toys, with you. We're not interested in dating. They were maybe 70 and up. They weren't interested in dating. They're like, I've been through my headaches. And some of them are like, no, my mate died. I don't want another mate. But they wanted to have sex. They still wanted to fuck. That's why I say, sometimes maybe that's all you need. You don't need all those complications. People don't get along with you. You're stubborn. You're this, you're that. You're not in a space to be in a relationship because you just came out of one. I was like that at one time in my life. I had been in a relationship for over 10 years. And when I came out of it, because the last couple of years, things were a little rocky. The sex wasn't that up. But, when I came out of it, I was ready to have sex, but I wasn't ready to get in another serious relationship. So I realized that all I needed to do was just get laid sometimes. And I was lucky enough to meet someone that felt the same way, wasn't in the mood to have a serious relationship. So, we made a commitment you know, to be consistent with each other and also let each other know if we decided to have any other type of relationships. That's why I say sometimes maybe all you need to do is get laid. I've been in many parts of my life. Sometimes I just want to get laid. Sometimes I want to be in a relationship and get laid. Sometimes you don't want to be in a relationship and be laid. That's why it's important to spend time with yourself and get to learn yourself, what you like and don't like, what state of mind you're really in at this time. Don't be rebounding with people and dragging people through all your emotional shit when you're not even ready. It's your genitals that are ready. It's your genitals that are popping and going, yo, why I gotta sit on this couch with you while you crying and shit over this motherfucker that wasn't good to you? Like, why you got me sitting here throbbing and shit, and you misdirecting that energy trying to get that nigga back to satisfy me? I don't need that nigga. I just need to be satisfied. Sometimes you gotta listen to your genitals because they telling you something different. They're like, yo, let's go out and get laid. Fuck that nigga. They not saying let's go out and find this nigga. They're not saying, yo, let's go out and find that girl and make her fall in love with this dick again. That's not what they're saying. They're saying, nah, fuck her. Let's go out and have a good time. Enough of this mental bullshit. Don't misdirect it just because your genitals doing that monkey ass stuff, and think it's for a particular person, because sometimes it's not. Just because somebody stands in the room when your shit swell up, it don't mean it's swelling for them, even if you think they're cute. Sometimes your body just want to fuck. That's why y'all masturbate in the first fucking place. Else you wouldn't be masturbating. You'd be in the room by yourself, and all of a sudden your shit look like a monkey ass, and then you start dealing with it, right? Don't tell me I'm wrong, because I know I'm telling the truth here, because I have experiences. And on that note, it's been a half an hour with Cass Allen. Everybody take care.